had the fade out you like.
Yeah.
Again, you were always talking about
it's like a
no
30-year period
where
every song faded out. And then at some point, I think in the 90s, it was just kind of universally decided that was lame.
We're not going to do that anymore. But, well, so every song that's on the list was recorded in the 80s.
Yes.
Written and recorded in the 80s.
We checked. We sat in bed going through Spotify and made sure the songs we picked worked, and some of them did not, and we were sad.
Yeah, I got pissed off a couple times because I was like, oh, I know this is like the most 80s song I can think of. No, 1990.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. I think we'll eventually get around to we probably won't do them sequentially, but we'll do decade lists here and there just because we keep doing that.
We do. I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was George Harrison.
I didn't until we were putting. So I actually started putting my list together because I was watching the Beatles documentary and just kind of like,
yes,
I don't think I know enough of their like solo stuff that happened after this breakup that the story is kind of told somewhat in that documentary. So I was kind of let's just see like what happened with some of the solo stuff. I'm like, oh, that guy my son used George Harrison? Damn.
Yeah.
I think he won.
I didn't. I had no idea that was George Harrison.
I will admit, I listened to the rest of this album.
And
part of why I wanted to talk about this song is because it's an anomaly. Similar to how I really loved Under Pressure by Queen, which is on the album Hot Space, which is, in my opinion, terrible. This song is easily the standout on this record. I really only listened to like a minute or less of all the other songs. But there's something about the songwriting of this that is special because they all sound the same. Like they all have the same production, they all have the same sound. There's a lot of just the like very like sterilized, drum and horn sounds. The vocals all kind of have that, very, very pristine, layered effect, which is nice, but like again, it's very consistent all the way through, so the whole album ends up sounding like this song.
Oh, weird.
And none of them make me bop my head.
Oh.
Like this is
double weird.
This is the one that really stands out, so I felt like it deserved, to start off our list and be talked about. And for the record, I really love George Harrison's first solo album, like start to finish. It's really beautifully put together.
Wait, what's that?
All Things Must Pass.
Do I know that one?
You probably know. I only knew a handful of songs off of it when I listened to it. I think it's a double album. When I listened to it, I enjoyed it all, but I had only heard a couple of songs.
A couple songs.
Yeah. Which is the case for like all the Beatles solo stuff. Like again, I had to really kind of dig in.
Yeah, I only know like a couple hits here and there.
Yeah, like there's a few Wings and Paul McCartney solo songs I like a lot without having really dug into his catalog. I know quite a lot of John Lennon stuff and was never really over the moon about his solo work.
Yeah.
Again, the song here and there.
Yeah.
I kind of always bummed me out that him being like the notorious rock and roll guy in the group, he did remarkably little rock and roll. There's a lot of ballads about Yoko and his kids, and I don't. But yeah, I was very pleased to find that George delivered. He really had.
Fergal. Sorry. Fergal. There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really had the goods when it came to what he was able to bring to the table apart from the group. And the other guys, I feel like they did their best stuff because they were in that group.
Right.
They had people that said, this isn't good enough yet. And when they ended up going into the studio solo, I think John and Paul especially suffered from nobody feeling like they could say, I don't know if this song should be on the record. That's what I have to say about George.
You have so much more to say.
Yeah, and I miss him, and he's my favorite Beatle. And I think it's cool that when he was dying of cancer, he fought off a guy who stabbed him when he broke into his house. The end.
He did. That's true. Oh, that's a crazy story. Yeah.
All right. What do we got next, baby?
Oh, next is my first pick, Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles.